All right. So the card on the bottom of the deck is the Seer. Excuse me. The Seer card, it relates to kind of the High Priestess card in other decks. You see by the owl, this is someone who is very in tune with the mysteries of the night, who has good seeing, keen hearing, someone who understands the way the world works, the way the universe works. The Seer is essential to the heart of her clan, her tribe. This is someone who understands intuitive states, understands the mysteries, very tied in with yin energy. Very, very interesting. We may come back to that in a little bit and see how that kind of ties in. But really, the Seer is somebody whose intuition is right on. So for those of you that are trusting your instincts, that seems to be the thing to do right now. We're starting here with our Three of Wands, which is fulfillment. For some of you, you may have been experiencing health issues, and this indicates that you're kind of at the end of that. This also is that we're waiting for our ships to come in. So for some of you, you may be struggling with a health issue, but it will get better. It will get better. We have the Page of Cups down here, the Kingfisher. I think Page of Cups came up in the Scorpio reading too. So for some of you Capricorns, you could be getting involved with a Scorpio, not necessarily. Although the Page of Cups can indicate a Cancer, Scorpio, or Pisces because it is our water sign. Kingfisher, someone who can dive into their emotional life and find nutrients there. Essentially somebody who's really good at finding meaning and significance in their emotional life. Wands is fire, so there is that passionate element with it. This, to me, can suggest that somebody's beginning something that has to do with a new love, possibly a new relationship. If you've been single for a while, this is about this element coming in for you, or something that you've been feeling passionate about is going to be manifested for you. For some, it could be a new home. It could be a new love, whether it's a new lover, relationship, or whether it's something that you love. We also see this Hearthfire. And when we take these three cards together, Hearthfire is about home and it's about family. The 8 is our infinity symbol. And again, it's about fire. So it's something you felt passionate about, but it's also the beginning of a new love. Again, I'm thinking for a lot of you, new home or new relationship. The Two of Wands here looks very similar to the last card in some senses. This has had to do with some kind of a decision that you've had to make. Some kind of a decision that you've had to make. Maybe you've been dating more than one person and you come to the realization that you're falling in love with somebody. If it's a job opportunity, it's, you're trying to, your ship's coming in, or you've received some job offers and now you're trying to make that choice between those two things. Follow your heart because there is great love coming in here. And fate is even playing a hand. It's very interesting how these cards are playing out. At the center of your reading, we have Ace of Cups, the waters of life. Note that there's a swan image on here. Swans mate for life. This moon figure ties back with our seer. This is kind of a crown piece that's worn. I've seen this image on the Rider-Waite Tarot deck for the High Priestess card. It has to do with intuition, emotion, spirit, understanding, knowledge. A whole different kind of knowledge. Being aware, being plugged in. This ties us back to the seer energy here with the mystery of the night. This is portrayed more as an earth elemental. But the internal process of the seer is very much in alignment with the Ace of Cups. This is somebody who understands what's going on, internally on a higher level, tapped in with spirit. She's receiving these waters in her private life. This might be how we see her on the outside. But the waters of life too, being an ace, that's a new beginning in love, a new beginning. We see this page. This is also a beginning. This is about new love coming in. The Ace of Cups is about the start of that tremendous love. For those of you that are falling in love, this could very well be a soulmate relationship, a life partner, soulmate, or twin flame relationship. Past life relationship coming in. Beneath this, we see our Wheel of Fortune card, meaning that fate or destiny has played a hand. For those of you that have been single or have been waiting, this is about a relationship that you're supposed to be in coming in for you, coming into you in divine timing. This is good luck. This is fortune. The fates are taking a hand and they are spinning the wheel to their will. They're making this happen because it was meant to happen. It was meant to happen. This decision, if you've had two people in your life that you've needed to choose between, this seer energy here indicates to me that you know exactly what time it is. You know who the right one for you is. It's not some hidden mystery. Now, I will note that the card below the seer on the bottom of the deck is the clearance card, meaning for some of you, you may have already been in a relationship. You may have already had something going on like that. There is something that you need to clear away. I'm thinking for a lot of you, this is not about a job, although it can be that you have to leave your old job to start the new. But this feels kind of like, again, we see this fire, but this is a control burn, which is about making room for the new to come in and having the passion to make it happen. This Eight of Wands is a great deal of passion coming in. So we're seeing not only the emotional, spiritual element of your new love in the Page of Cups, the Ace of Cups. We're seeing the fire of the passion. I'm thinking hot sex. That's all I got to tell you. But there may be something that you have to clear before you're ready to take that in. It could be that you got to get rid of, the other guy, the other gal, the other who, whatever that is to come in. But whatever this is, it is coming in. This person here, this Three of Wands, waiting for their ships to come in. And there's a lot of healing to be had in that. And that could be some of what you're clearing. Because when I'm looking up here at the two of these together, they form a progression. This fulfillment is coming in, this kind of healing. I am having a Marvin Gaye moment in my mind, I must admit. But the Seven of Wands, as we're clearing something away, we're making room for something else. And for some of you, this is the King of Arrows. So if you're connecting with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, this person could be coming in for you. This could be opposite sex relationship, same sex relationship. But the king is someone who knows who he or she is. You'll notice that this is a lynx or a mountain lion. They also have the ability to see in the dark. This is an intuitive person. This is somebody who's going to recognize you for who you are. We see the moon in the background of this card. Cat-like energy is very lunar. It's very yin. It's very mysteries of the night. But the king is typically associated with the solar energies, with the sun, with the yang energy. The masculinity. This is a person who's very balanced, very smart, has a good mastery of himself or herself. The only thing I'm thinking, though, there may be a little bit of clearing that needs to happen for one or both of you as you get together. But I don't think it's going to be a big deal because everything else just looks so darn happy. It doesn't look like that you're going to find a great deal of obstacles. Excuse me, that's in the other spot. Okay. So fate definitely has a hand in all of this. It's in this Wheel of Fortune. We see this is coming true for you. This Three of Arrows jealousy can be the third party situation I was kind of alluding to. But for some of you, you've got somebody who may not be a very serious presence in your life, may not be somebody that's that big of a deal, but you do need to clear that person out. For some of you, it could be that Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius person, that King of Arrows, that you are clearing out. And the basis for your situation would be this shaman. Some of you may be having to choose between the shaman that's coming in or the King of Arrows person. For some of you, the shaman is an air sign. But either the person that's coming in has somebody that they need to let go of. It could be the mother of their kids. It could be the father of their kids. It could be, whoever that is, right? But there is going to be some type of adjustment in that. But this is something that is meant to be. This is you guys are going to recognize each other. It's going to be amazing. I mean, it will be. The heartache part of that is going to suck. The jealousy, some of the heart work that has to be done here, that may be some of it. Because when I'm looking at these two cards here together, the Eight of Wands and the Three of Arrows, both of these are very heart chakra. One is about passion and love burning bright. The other one is about emotional pain and having to let go of someone or some situation. But it might not even be yours or your new partners. It could be, that one or both of you have somebody in your past tense that you need to say bye to. But this is really about a very powerful new relationship. And this seer is the counterpart to the shaman. For some of you, this is about meeting your match. The seer and the shaman are like the high priest and the high priestess in your Rider-Waite Tarot deck, right? These two are a healing couple. They're like a power couple in the healing circles, right? This kind of twin flame energy is about bringing healing to people, into community, being able to bounce ideas off of one another, being able to really build that empire together, and a healing empire. There's a reason these two are coming together. It's because this is the fulfillment of a destiny. This is about being able to provide healing for others, because when you work together as partners, your energy becomes amplified and magnified. You learn from one another. You teach one another. And your powers for healing are that much greater. This is something that the universe needs for the universe to heal. And for the people within that. So this is not just some idle, bump in the night thing. There still will be, some of us still have karmic relationship attachments. We may have other kinds of relationships that we need to go or grow from the experience of having learned through that. But this is necessary on a whole different level. Now, as you're going through any of your clearing and trying to sweep away any of the jealousy that may be occurring, and trying to remove that, of course, there's a better way, and there's a right way and a wrong way, I want to say, but a better way and a lesser way. That might be the best way to describe that, for being able to clear what you need to do. If you do have kids involved, for some of you, if you are facing some kind of divorce situation or what have you, it may be the case that you see a marriage counselor just so that you can have a smooth divorce. That's a possibility too. Marriage counseling is whatever you want to make it. It does not have to be about staying together. Sometimes it's about, acting in the best interest of the kids involved, or trying to get smoothly through some of the paperwork and the financial settlements that can occur. And sometimes marriage counseling is a supportive role in that. So something to consider. But this all is such a beautiful reading. Let me do one more card. This is from our Animal Wise Tarot deck by Ted Andrews. King of Four-Leggeds is gorilla. earth sign, right? The powerful gorilla, the keynotes are strength, nobility, and generosity. The powerful gorilla is the largest of the apes, with broad chests, a muscular neck, and strong hands and feet. Though often described as savage beasts, gorillas are very peaceful and gentle creatures of great nobility, frequently demonstrated by their behaviors towards each other within a community. Although chimpanzees are often recognized as the most intelligent members of the ape family, gorillas are at least as intelligent. When gorilla appears, it heralds the awakening of a more primal strength and recognition of our innate nobility. Gorillas are reminders of the nobility of living a life true to our highest capabilities. They live in groups called troops, and they care for each other, demonstrating almost as wide a range of emotions as humans do. They demonstrate affection, mourn, protect, and care for each other, all noble qualities humans do not always express as well. When gorilla appears, it is a confirmation that our industry, our endeavors, is solid and steady. They walk upon all fours, and adults seldom climb trees, suggesting the most spiritual act is staying grounded in handling our responsibilities. Gorilla can also indicate the appearance of someone, usually a man, who is humble but gifted and who will help us in our endeavors. The individual is usually someone who has achieved a certain status and position but is not overcome by his position in life. When gorilla appears, it is a reminder that our own strengths, our inner strength and nobility, are about to be recognized. The idea of nice guys finish last does not hold true here. Gorilla reminds us of the nobility of proper living for one's family and community and indicates we are about to be recognized and honored for that. Some questions to ask if we're feeling out of balance in our life. Are we being overly aggressive? Are we trying to assert an authority we do not have? Is someone else? Are we fulfilling our responsibility to the family or community? Are we looking out only for our own needs? Are we being selfish and bullying? So when we look at the ideas of not having a nice guys finish last mentality, but having inner strength, right? Being humble and gifted and helping us, right? Someone who's achieved a certain status and position but has not been overcome from it. This is what I was feeling when we were going through the information about the King of Arrows, the links. Kind of having some a good balance between masculine and feminine energies, like nurturance, but yet protection at the same time. Having a ability to see well in the darkness, but also having associations with the sun as well. Some of these type of energies, that you're coming forward with. This seer shaman mix is really about having two people who are well-rounded in and of themselves coming together into a partnership that's even bigger and more expansive than the two of them as individuals, right? Kind of this idea that the sum is more than the parts. Very positive energy, very positive. You guys have a lot to look forward to coming up here in the next couple weeks.